Welcome to a pretty short episode of Monday Movie Pickup. It's not too many things to catch up on this week, but once again getting back into getting some of the Oscar-winning movies for Best Picture, and we have The Great Ziegfeld, which is another early winner of the award that I have absolutely no idea what it's about. Once again, this has only a DVD release, like a couple of the other Warner movies, and I don't know the reason why this one doesn't. Like Broadway Melody, because I believe they're missing the color sequence. They don't want to release it on Blu-ray yet. And Cimarron, from some of the reviews, it sounds like it's a pretty racist movie, so maybe that's why it hasn't been on Blu-ray, because it's probably not worth it for anyone to buy unless there's people like me who want to just collect Oscar winners. But this is a movie that I guess I don't really know the reason why it isn't released on Blu-ray, but, we'll find out, I guess. I mean, eventually, maybe it'll hit Blu-ray. We also have Beware of the Blob. So this is the sequel to the Blob. This was actually a Kino release, part of the Kino Studio Classics, which is some of the oddest assortment of movies ever, because like Marty, which was a movie I got a couple episodes ago, that was released as a Kino Studio Classic, and yet Beware of the Blob is part of that. So it's like a really weird assortment of movies, but, Kino does a great job with their releases. They don't seem to go out of print as fast as a lot of other companies, and I'm excited to watch this because I loved the first Blob, and it'd be interesting to watch the sequel. I've never seen the remake, so I kind of wanted to see the sequel before I saw the remake, because this was released quite a few years after the original, 1972, where the original came out in the 50s, and then the remake didn't come until the 80s, so, it's this predated it by only a couple, like a decade, but it just makes me kind of wonder how they updated the effects, if it's any... if it's much of an update. I mean, it might not be that great. I really haven't heard anything about it. I wasn't even aware that there was a sequel. A lot of people refer to it as Son of the Blob. And then we have Orson Welles' The Stranger, which this is actually a movie I reviewed on Conquering 200 Movies from the Mill Creek 200 film box set. And I don't know if this is a public domain film. I forgot. I think I looked it up at one point, but I actually don't know if this technically is a public domain movie. This is a release from Kino. They cleaned it up, the best looking version of this movie, and this was pretty much my favorite movie on that box set until Scarlet Street, which is another Edgar G. Robinson film. So I guess he pretty much has the best movies on that box set. I'd like to get Scarlet Street on Blu-ray as well, and I forgot what company released that, but that will probably be a purchase in the future. But it's been a while since I've reviewed The Stranger and watched it, so pretty much that's why I wanted to get it. I'd like to watch it again in better quality. And then I do have this Criterion Laserdisc release of Alfred Hitchcock's Secret Agent, which kind of went over before. Young and Innocent, Sabotage, and this all don't have Blu-ray releases in America. None of them have a good quality transfer, except for pretty much the Laserdiscs that were released by Criterion. And every other movie that was released through Criterion, Hitchcock film anyway, has been released by their respective companies or was released by Criterion on Blu-ray in recent years. But Secret Agent, Sabotage, and Young and Innocent are the only ones that still haven't gotten a Criterion release. I don't hear any news about the Criterion release on Blu-ray anyway. And with Secret Agent, there's not even like a Blu-ray release in France, whereas Young and Innocent and Sabotage both have Blu-ray releases in that country. Secret Agent doesn't. So, it's just cool to get these three movies on Laserdisc because it's pretty much the best way to watch these Hitchcock movies in particular. A lot of his movies were released on Laserdisc through the Criterion Collection, but these three movies in particular are still, all these years later, the best way to watch these movies. These have the best transfers of the movie. And it's just kind of cool to get old school Criterion Collection Laserdisc. This is actually the best quality cover art that I've gotten from Criterion Laserdisc so far. And there's a couple other ones I'd love to get. Like, I would love to get the Ghostbusters Criterion Laserdisc, but it's pretty much impossible because that's one of those titles that go for a lot of money. These ones luckily don't. These aren't even that expensive, so you could still get these Alfred Hitchcock films if you'd want. I could probably finish the Hitchcock Laserdisc collection if I collected Laserdisc for fun, which I try not to because they take up a lot of space. I really only buy my absolute favorite movies or ones that don't have any Blu-ray releases and don't have any good quality transfers except on Laserdisc. Because, what do you know? The system still has a reason to be used. So like I said, short episode, not too much to talk about, but I didn't want to wait an extra week because God knows what else will come, and I'll turn into another supersized 20-minute episode. But maybe you like that. Do you like these shorter episodes, or do you like the 20-minute episodes instead? Let me know in the comments, but otherwise, thanks for watching. Use that bell icon because YouTube doesn't want you to know that I'm still releasing videos, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the video, and special shout out to Anthony, Anna, Kirsten, Lucas, Ryan, and Robert for the support on Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you can get exclusive videos and blogs, and for only $7, you can request your own movie review. I hope you stick around, cinephile, and have a happy, productive day.